Hi, blessings, everyone. So today, this is just checking. It's Tuesday, the 7th of June, and it's about 1 p.m. in the afternoon here in Edinburgh. The recognition of freedom and the human form within a world that is formless is interesting, putting it into words. Living with freedom and without any intervention from chemicals, the necessity and the need as a human to receive advice from someone who is classified as a professional, a doctor, a teacher. They can be both, of course. The doctor will be in the role of the advisor, but it goes far deeper than that. When you give your life and your need over to a doctor, and I'm talking about a medical doctor, then you will receive from them what is missing inside yourself. So the doctor becomes part of the whole, and their advice and any chemicals that they give you in terms of medicine will be received as a place of very deep unity with yourself. It may not be awareness of who you are. In many ways, I see in this culture that I live in, there's so much of this, and I see it every day when I am just out and about. I can see it on the streets. I see it and I see the energy around it. There is a history in the UK and in Edinburgh, where I'm living, which is it's a really beautiful city, and it's extremely old and multidimensional. A very old city underneath the city itself. So it's an interesting city to connect with. But part of the history is about sickness. Well, the old city of Edinburgh is under it's actually under what we call the old town or the old city in Edinburgh. There's another layer underneath, and it's connected with the plague and sickness. And it's still contained, I feel, within the buildings that are underneath the city, because there's these amazing old structures underneath. So in many ways I feel myself as an architect, and as a healer I call myself an architect of the heart. These old structures that are in the city are now being used partially for commercial purposes. So people are being taken into these spaces if they want to visit, and they've made it very commercial. And I have a great deal of feeling about that as a sacred feminine source. The sacred is in the old structures and in the old city, and I feel it should be left to heal, and it becomes a place of prayer, allowing the expansion to happen at a deeper level underneath the ground that we actually walk on in this old part of Edinburgh. So it's very interesting. The energy is really powerful, and I have a deep love for the old city in Edinburgh, and I lived there for a while. But there's a feeling of it being very multidimensional, and so there are portals and energies, gateways that open up when you go. You can go a very short distance and experience this multidimensional source. And it's played out in the city with its it's like a drama that plays out. There are different characters that come out, and they appear in the old city. So there's a very deep awareness of what that is when you're faced with it. It can be surprising, and it can be shocking, and it can be hilarious, where there's lots of laughter connected with it. So the old structures are connected with the people that reside there now, because they are experiencing their own ability to live within the multi-dimensional. So the message is really about our own medicine. How do we live free from any pressure or any chemicals that are being manipulated, you might say, where we very gracefully give over our being to those that are in the role of being our carer. It's interesting. Within communities there are always medicine people, medicine men and women. And the doctors that we trust and give our life to are giving back what we feel we need rather than us taking responsibility for our wholeness and really listening and being the healer ourselves. So there's very deep sensitivity. Excuse me. It's interesting. I've had a question about my personal role in living in Edinburgh because I didn't feel that I was going to be staying here. I wanted to travel and live in Europe, particularly France and Paris. But I've always had a connection with the United States, which was there when I was born. So I've been watching about where I can go and where life flows to different areas of the globe. I mean, France has always been a pull for me, particularly as a very young woman, where I came across the language and I fell in love with the heart of France. And France is a very feminine country for me. And Paris is amazing because it has this very strong feminine divine, I would call it, energy, which is in Notre Dame and the areas of the city where I see faces appearing out of stone that are faces of women. So I really wanted to live in Paris for a while. It hadn't happened yet. But there's something there that's calling me into a city which I feel is extremely balanced, and it's called the City of Light. and it's extremely old. So, as I talk about this, there's a feeling of awareness of the deeply sensitive soul inside. And this particular energy that we're living in now is allowing us to open more fully and to embrace our wholeness. So I see a world of non-illusion where we are fully connected with the ancient source and the ability to be the healer. Which comes in many forms. It's very multidimensional. It's also an art form. So being able to physically embody these amazing energies that are coming through from the cosmos without any fear or any discomfort is quite something. Our original state of consciousness is beyond limitation. And we have this really powerful ability to fully be with ourselves. We have a relationship with who we truly are. We're amazing. And we can create anything we want in life. Opening into the healer, the medicine person inside, is very profound. I have discovered, since it opened for me in 1995 fully, and I've found everything in my life coming to me rather than going out and seeking. And I was very much living in different realities. The sense of awareness is connected with everyone I meet in life. So I've had lots and lots of surprises along the way. Individuals experience your energy, and we're living in a more energy-based earth now, where there is more awareness of this. And it's a language. So people can come into your energy. We might even have a perception of someone that we haven't met physically, and they will arrive when they are meant to connect with you. So there's no timing connected with this. There's no projection. It's all about being, and being who you truly are. The purer your energy system is, purer, I don't really like that word. When your energy system is pure, you'll find that you will attract. And it's interesting to observe and watch what comes into your field and who comes into your field. It's beautiful. So the message is about trust and fully embracing life. The realization that you don't actually need anything from outside. That everything is constant and is in the awareness of fully being yourself. And all that you are. Discovering who you are through this journey of life. And gradually, everything comes into alignment with a place of deep knowing inside. Knowing your gifts and finding yourself deep within. So I'm just sending a prayer through to end this this message that's coming through. Azina malala tin yala ish un. Ismin yala ish un. Ismatanin yala la tin yala ish. Mazina la ti. Blessings and love. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.